What's up, everybody? Right now, I'm shooting. I got the Action 5 going. Mic Mini. I'm gonna try shooting at 30 frames per second because I seen Luis. I don't know if it was the last video I did or the one before that. Luis Hermosillo. He said he liked the look of 30 frames per second, so I'm just trying it out. So today I wanted to talk about overthinking stuff. And it's funny because I'm in this little vlog sphere that I'm trying to be a part of, I guess. But in the little vlog sphere of all the guys that I've been watching lately, it seems to be a common theme of like overthinking stuff. And for sure, maybe there's something to that, like our personalities, because we're obviously the type of people that want to vlog. Maybe that has something to do. Maybe we have something in common that's a little deeper than we think, because I've noticed that it's a theme of like people talking about overthinking things. And I for sure do that. And I for sure, recently, if you watch a couple of videos back, I was talking about why it kind of took so long. I went 3 weeks without uploading a video because DaVinci Resolve wasn't working properly. Oh, this road sucks. I should have went the other way. But DaVinci Resolve had an update, and then I updated, and ever since then it crashed. And I think I was just overthinking everything. Like, I was trying to figure it out. I was getting increasingly frustrated, and I wasn't creating. Like, it threw a wrench in my whole vibe. But I think the reason was because I was overthinking everything. I always, in my last video, or previously in a couple of videos, I talked about how I'm like a serial hobbyist, and that I go deep on like whatever it is that I'm doing, because especially today, like in today's world of like Amazon and YouTube and on-demand items and like tutorials, like you can get really in depth way more than you could in the past. Like you can be like a prosumer, right? That's a term, like prosumer. You could get like some pretty, you could buy dental tools on Amazon, right? You could I'm sure I haven't looked it up, but I'm sure there's tutorials of like some type of dental hygienist giving lessons that probably shouldn't be up on YouTube. But that's the type of thing I'm talking about. So I go real deep, and I kind of like to overdo things if it's available to me. So of course, like, to be completely honest, what business do I really have trying to do something on DaVinci Resolve? Of course, I'm gonna do it, and I don't mean it like that. What I mean is, I've got 7 YouTube videos posted, for Christ's sakes. Like, I'm not a pro by any means, and I understand that it's not only for pros, but if you catch my drift, I'm just trying to say, like, I try to so I kind of just discovered, like, I could just do this stuff on my phone. I love hobbies. I think this is my problem, and I've explained this to people before. I love hobbies. Back in the day, I used to even grow some plants that people like to roll up in little papers and light on fire. But I loved that hobby because, and it's a theme in all my hobbies, I love something that can be as simple as you want to make it and also as difficult as you want to make it, which is kind of what filming is. Like, you can just press record and film, and also you could get like so technical and so in depth and be up to date with the latest cutting edge of technology and technique and the artistry of it. You could do it either way and anywhere in between. And I love hobbies like that, but I get caught up in them. And it's not just hobbies, it's everything I do. I tend to get caught up in like that whole incident I was talking about with DaVinci. It wasn't working. I was like just getting increasingly frustrated and trying to figure it out, and it stopped me from creating. I was overthinking things. And it's funny because who else? Like a bunch of guys were talking about it. So Chris was talking about it. Clickbait and Chill was talking about it. Luis was talking about it. It's like, it's for sure a thing. We're overthinking things. And that reminded me of one of my favorite YouTubers who doesn't do it anymore. I'm sure he's somewhere on YouTube, but he's a music producer, and I'm sure probably a lot of you guys heard of him, was Kenny Beats. Remember Kenny Beats? And the show, what was it called? Man, he had a show. And he called it, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's gonna irk me all day. But he had a YouTube show where he would like cook up a song. He would make the beat. He would invite artists over to his small studio, and he would make a beat like on site, just right there. Make a beat, and then the artist would either, it could be like a bassist or a rapper or a singer would create, and they would create. It would be a short, 10 to 20 minute video, and they would cook up the stuff like on demand right there. And I believe that Kenny even has a brand. He had this, it would be called Dots, DOTS. And he even had like a neon sign in the studio, in the vocal booth. And it would say, "Don't overthink shit. DOTS." And I think that's a creative block. Overthinking something. Like one of my favorite musical artists is Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I admire his style of writing because it's so like imperfect. He says things that I would never like. I make music, so if I try to write a song, I just can't. I mean, I'm not a professional, and that's probably one of the reasons why. But I can't like put things that don't make any sense. Like if it doesn't make sense, then I have trouble keeping that in my song or in my poem or in my journal or whatever I might be writing. Whereas someone like Anthony Kiedis, he just lets it, like whatever comes, he lets it rip. And a lot of times it doesn't make sense, and like you have to make sense of it. And yeah, it's just like some of the creative people that I admire the most are the ones that are just let it free and just let the imperfections just be part of the thing that they're doing. And I definitely wish I could do that more myself. And that brings me to even the book by Steven Pressfield, The War of Art. That's literally the war of art. It's like procrastination. You're overthinking something, and really what that is procrastination creeping in, trying to keep you from doing the thing. Just do the thing, let it rip, and then guess what? You can do it over too. There's nothing wrong with that, right? A lot of people say the first draft of everything sucks. I don't know. Sometimes the first draft is killer, but then you redo it and it's even better or not as good. I don't know. But the whole point is to like not overthink things. It's like it's a mental block that we're imposing on ourselves, and it's kind of weird. So let me know, like, if you ever deal with this. I think everybody can relate in some sense, but also if you make music or anything creative, what have you done, or what are some tricks or games that you play with yourself, or tactics or methods that you use to not overthink things? Now, I'm working on it myself right now. I'm just gonna kind of concentrate on these vlogs. I have ongoing projects that I'm working on as far as filming, because really, let me tell you something. These cameras, these DJI action cameras, like, really opened up my creative valve, cranked it up. Like, I have been laying dormant for a while. I haven't made any music or filmed anything or really took any photographs, and I really haven't been doing any of my hobbies, really. And I was just interested when I wanted to like start vlogging and making videos again. I kind of stumbled upon these guys' channels where they're talking about these action cameras, and then I started doing some research, and that was kind of around the time that the Action 5 was still like new on the market. Maybe not brand new, but like within a couple months of the release of the Action 5 is when I stumbled upon this whole like DJI action cam community. And I started doing some research. I started looking at reviews, and when I looked at like comparisons of like the Action 4 and the Action 5, I actually found that I liked the Action 4 footage better. At the time, I really wasn't familiar with all the settings and whatnot, but as far as like the normal color profile goes, because I should have known better, because I should have known myself that I'm gonna dive deep into it and I'm gonna want to shoot in D-Log, and color. I should have known that. But the normal color profile, just comparison from, and I know they just did a update. I'm gonna have to mess with that. But before that update, the Action 4 footage to me looked a lot better. So I start just looking at kind of shopping, clicking around on the interwebs, and I seen Costco had, so that's where I originally got my Action 4. Costco had an Action 4 bundle with the Action 4, the Osmo selfie stick, little tripod thing, those are $50 right now on Amazon. Because I got my fiance a Action 4 for Mother's Day, and I wanted to get her the same little selfie stick, and I'm like, dang, $50. Like, I'm not. So anyways, it came with the Action 4, the selfie stick, and a 128 gig SD card for $219 at the time. And so I just pulled the trigger immediately as soon as I seen it. Got it. And ever since then, I just been filming, not everything, because I want to try to be present, but I've been filming a lot, and I've been just like ruminating on ideas and just creating in my mind. So these cameras really make, because I think what it is that they're just a cool little gadget, and I'm attracted to gadgets and like little cool little shiny things. So just in and of itself, just being a device it's cool, like the size, but then the quality of what you can do. Obviously, this is not going to compare or compete with like, a full sensor mirrorless camera or something like that. But what you can do for what you get and for the price, for a couple $100, I mean, now after the tariffs and everything, even the Action 4 honestly, I don't think it's worth buying anymore. when I originally got the Action 4, I would say that the Action 5 wasn't worth paying the extra. But now, after the tariffs and all that, like, the price of the Action 4 is so close to the Action 5, you might as well get the OLED screen and the capability to run 2 microphones. Just that is worth the extra, the difference between the Action 4 and the Action 5. But I'm telling you, these cameras, and as you can see, like, almost everybody in this little vlog sphere that's going on is using these, you know, DJI Osmo Action, you know, Pocket 3, Action 4 and 5. And there's a reason. It's because they're freaking awesome. And it's like, it's insane to me for the price, for just a couple $100. And I know a couple hundred, it's not inconsequential, right? To me either. So if you're thinking, I'm not saying that, like, honestly, you know, spending a couple $100, I notice it in my wallet. So, but for the performance you're getting, for the things you're able to do with a couple $100 on this, and you know, if you spend a couple $100 more, and you're like, I mean, dang it, I messed up my whole little, like, one take vlog thing, man. Sheesh. I had to answer that phone call though, and for some reason I should have just answered it on camera, but I went to go turn down the, you know, press the little volume down button, because I'm running the Mimo app right here. I should turn that off too, because it's kind of distracting. I always turn when I'm filming like this, if I'm not like walking or something, I turn the screen off so that I don't distract myself, like looking at that handsome guy and the, you know, doing all that. Because for me, I know for sure it bugs me when I see people like dudes, people that have been on YouTube for years. They still look at the kid. You could tell they're looking at, like, dude, flip that screen around and quit. Just talk to the lens. Quit looking at yourself over there. It's like, dang, this guy's got, you know, 90,000 subscribers. I mean, it just goes to show you that, you know, no one really cares, and I'm subscribed, so it's not like I really don't care. I notice it, and I think it's funny. But that for sure messed up my one take vlog. Darn it. But yeah, anyways, overthinking shit, no bueno. Just let it rip. I mean, that's what I say, man. Just let it rip. Things will come in, if, you know, and I think personally, well, actually, I know for sure that that's when the magic happens. Like, let it rip. Things happen naturally. You get stuff that you wouldn't get if you're, you know, overthinking and being so critical about every little piece of every little thing. So that's all I want to talk about. I noticed that other guys were talking about it, so I wanted to chime in, be like, for sure. And I thought maybe it was just weird to me that, like, you know, we're all people trying to vlog, and also we kind of have the same running theme. I mean, it could just be everybody in the world overthink shit. I mean, that's not everybody, but maybe a large portion of the population overthink shit. And because of that, you know, we all have something, a lot of us have something in common. So I just wanted to give my thoughts. And also, of course, these freaking action cams are the shit for sure. So I'll catch you later. Like I said, I'm going hard on these vlogs. I'm gonna ace it. I'm gonna get good at it. So good job, everybody out there. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to tell the ones you love that you love them. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gone.